Yo, what's up, guys? Why not be reckless, aka why not be casting on one of the HCS commentators, and I'm here for another HCS Weekly report. Today, we're going to be talking about the new look KCP, the new look Cloud9, new look Eunited, and the new look Xset, and their scrim results as well. If you guys don't know, I do stream every day, twitch.tv/YNOT_B_casting. Make sure you check that out every day, 10 o'clock in the morning, every single morning. We also, if you haven't already, we do YouTube content like this. Going to try to get this every other day, maybe every day type of content. So make sure you guys drop the subscribe down below with the notification bell turned on. First thing we're talking about is KCP. KCP, one of the longest running rosters that we've seen here in Halo. Had a small stint with Super CC of A's, but eventually going back to Manny, Soulsnipe, Druck, and Taulik. A super talented team. You give them time, they figure out the meta. Damn it, they define the meta. Always been big on the Kansas City Pioneers, but recently there's been tweets out there referring to, being pawns, referring to no friends in the industry, and almost felt like there was some forces forcing this team to make some moves as far as roster decisions. Taulik and Druck caught scrimming with Collect and Nick. You guys know I say it all the time. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Your currency in this game is your time. And, a lot of these guys want to grind smarter, not harder. So I don't feel like they are scrimming for no reason. I feel like if there's scrims involved, that means that there's talks involved and possibilities to be had. Collect seemingly unhappy with SSG, Space Station Gaming. We saw when they dropped his fort without even discussing with them, he went to Twitter. He was honest. I thought by then they'd be able to work things out, especially with the results that they were starting to find, with the potential that they were starting to show, but who knows. King Nick, a part of that Eunited roster, which seemingly exploded. We have no idea what's going on. As of right now, last I've heard, Ryan Noob and Rain are a team of 2, and they were scrimming as recently as 5 days ago, but I haven't checked over the last couple of days. Either way, King Nick might be on this KCP roster, and it looks like it might be within a trade going to Eunited, releasing Manny, making him a member of Eunited, and bringing King Nick over to KCP. Collect is a bit of a wild card, and we're going to talk about that in just a few moments. We want to talk about the fact that Cloud9 are still scrimming, still competing, and still playing with Bound. We talked about that as well. Renegade possibly going over to FaZe in a sign and trade, deal, wheel and deal, some way, somehow. Bound ending up with Cloud9 and Renegade ending up with FaZe. Simply put, FaZe have something Cloud9 want. Sentinels did not. I've said it before and I say it again. It's you want one of our players. Apparently, let's wheel and deal. If we can't work something out, they're gonna play hardball. That's what it seemed like it's gonna be. Is it right as far as the league? That's not for me to tell. Also, KCP getting denied for that HCS partnership. We're gonna talk about the next video that's gonna release the day after this one. I think this one's gonna release on July 8th tomorrow morning, and we will release talking about the HCS partnerships on the 9th. Either way, KCP running with Collect. However, more recently. And when I say more recent, I mean today. I mean literally an hour ago. Soulsnipe back scrimming with the roster. Still with King Nick. But we have Taulik, Soulsnipe, Druck, the three-headed monster. Still with King Nick. The rumors were, my thought process was that Manny would be traded over towards Eunited in exchange for King Nick. I talked about that a couple of times. Even talked about that just a moment ago. Now we're seeing Manny actually scrimming with Ryan Noob and Rain, 2 members of King Nick, and with a mystery fort, a Smurf. Now on this page we have Collect clear, but there was a Smurf that was scrimming for quite some time, who we also believe to be Collect, and maybe it's happening again. Maybe Collect is scrimming with Rain, Ryan Noob, and Manny right now. Again, maybe SSG are willing to deal him or another player, as long as they feel like they can get of close to valuable assets back for him. In my opinion, Collect is irreplaceable. Simple as that. I feel like SSG should be building around him and suppressed, but that's neither here nor there. It's not my, I'm not in the room either way. I'm not making decisions. Either way, this KCP roster without Manny, I'm sorry, man. If anything, y'all know I'm huge on collect. I'm huge on collect. But a KCP roster without the original four, it don't feel right. It feels kind of dirty. I love King Nick. I'm big on King Nick and I'm big on collect. I really am. I just think KCP are one of those squads that you got to let them roam for. You got to let them figure it out. You got to give them some time, because when they do, they are one of the most dangerous teams in the league. But that could be me being biased and be talking with my heart instead of my head, and that's why I'm not in the negotiation rooms. And it's not my place. Either way, this KCP roster, scrimming more today. We're gonna talk about that a little bit in just a little bit, but I'm gonna move on. Eunited, Rain, Ryan Noob, and Manny. I like Rain and Ryan Noob. I do. And I really like Manny as the X factor for this team. In fact, I think that Manny's a young talent. I always call him the X factor. Always call him the X factor, because when there's a player that goes off, that just drops bombs in the stat sheet, it's usually him. Now, is it consistently? No, it's not. If you're looking for consistency with Manny right now, you're not going to get it. But if there's a play that needs to be made, if there's a player that can take on that 1v2, if there's a player that can turn the tides almost at any given moment, it's Manny, man. The sky's the freaking limit. When he's popping off, he's the best player in the lobby. I don't care who's in it. That's how high his ceiling is. And if there's any player that might be able to mold him into the player that he's destined to be, maybe it's Ryan Noob. Maybe Ryan Noob might be able to help ground him out there. Ryan Noob raided the duo for quite some time, even going back towards Halo 3, MCC. Even a bit of Halo 5 to my knowledge. I've got the chance to play poker against both of them. I don't want to see them on the battlefield or the poker table. I tell you, it's scary. This team will go the way their fourth goes. I truly believe that. If you tell me this fourth is say a player the caliber of a Suspect or a Sab, I'm about it. I am. You need an underrated gunner to round out this squad. I believe that, because I believe you give Ryan Noob the pieces around him to be successful, he's gonna run with it. Give him a Spartan level player, and they're gonna make some moves. So if it's a Sab, a Suspector, a Collect, I'm liking this United roster. If it's not one of them, if it's not one of the big dogs, not one of those players that can stuff the stat sheet, I'm not going to be a big fan of United, but only time will tell. Either way, we're going to see what United look like going. We're going to move on. Moving on to what possibly might be the new Xset roster. Xset, Suspector, Tusk, Arctic, and Tony Tutor. Suspector and Arctic already on the team. Tusk and Arctic actually had a stint, I believe, on might have been Space Station Gaming at one point that they were playing together at some point. And then Tony Two turned recently on a G1, who again are playing absolutely incredible. Gonna talk about that some more as well. G1 playing absolutely lights out. If you don't believe me, wait just a moment. Cause y'all didn't hear me before. I was talking, y'all were listening, but you didn't hear me. G1 are the real deal. Either way, I wish Tony was a part of that roster, but I like him combining with Suspector. I think this roster should be lights out. We'll see. We'll see. Moving on, we're going to talk about the scrims that are happening, some of them happening live right now. Optic 14-0ing that KCP roster that we were talking about before. Not the one with Collect, but the one with the original threesome plus King Nick. Obviously, it's Optic Gaming, but that's not the results you want to see. I'm sorry. It's just not. Y'all know I'm hard on KCP, but I'm hard on them for a reason, because I believe in them and I know what their potential are. Don't come at me with, oh no, Tony, you're just being mean. I'm not being mean. I know these my expectations for KCP or greatness are, and so were theirs. So were theirs. I'm not being mean. I know it's Optic. I don't care. You're not supposed to go 0-14. In fact, the KCP that I know, they not only steal a couple games, we're talking about stealing 5 to 6 games on them. We're talking about you catch them on a good day, they might even be winning out this Scrim. You catch them on the right day. But anything less than 4 games is abysmal. And this was an abysmal performance. This is not what we want to see from the Kansas City Pioneers. G1 winning 6-4 in scrims over Cloud9. Now, again, I know scrims are not the end-all, be-all. I know this is practice, but I'm saying without tournaments right now, this is what we have to go by. And G1 right now in Open Series play was 6-0 versus SSG, who were your champions in Open Series. Everybody said, oh, it's just Open. I said, okay, fine. It's just Open. You know, don't believe in the boo-boo-doo-boo effect. We see G1 take 6 games off of Sentinels in best of 13, sending them to a game 13 and getting scrims. And everybody said, oh, they didn't beat them out. They didn't win. I said, okay, no problem. You're taking the previous champions to 13 games, winning out 6 of them. But y'all don't want that, but we're not going to believe me. So then we see G1 winning 6-4 in this scrim. Again, a scrim practice, not tournament, but practice. So maybe I should use the word winning, but still. Having 2 more games over them in a best of 10 series, and now we're talking about, oh, it's just scrims. At what point in time, again, I'm going to ask you, at what point in time do we start admitting that G1 look incredible? I don't understand. We have this goalpost here, and we just keep moving it. You know, at first it's inches away, then it's miles away. We just continue to move it. G1 continue to simply do their thing, continue to simply put in work, and y'all don't want to believe it. That's fine. Just keep watching my videos. Keep calling me insane. But this G1 team is gonna walk into any tournament and should be top 12, competing for top 8. If they continue on the trajectory that they're on right now, they're walking in top 8, competing for top 6 and top 4. Keep calling me crazy. I know I am, but you're going to be mad when I'm right again. Complexity over Fnatic 7-4. Complexity running with still Monster and Vetra. Love that. Bringing in Ironical and Psycho from Luminosity. Not sure if Luminosity are staying in the scene, but either way, really love this squad together. And beating out, you know, Fnatic, who are still running with Rami, by the way. Certified Super CC and Jazero. I mean, good for them. Good for Complexity. My only thing is, when I think of Complexity, I think of that red hot streak that they had after Anaheim. And when they were legitimately looking like how G1 look now. You know, I wasn't big on Complexity back then. I was a believer. I really wasn't. But they kept winning. They kept dominating. They kept looking more polished and better every week. Until the point where I literally had to become a believer. I had to become a believer. I'm not seeing that level of dominance just yet, but it might be coming. Watch out. Complexity 7-4 over Fnatic. Fnatic still trying to figure things out. And that's another squad that they need to. G1 8-4 over Optic and Scrims. God bless. Again, they got a 6-4 over Cloud9, 8-4 over Optic, sending Sentinels to game 13, and I'm still crazy for talking about top 6. I'm still crazy for talking about top 6, but you're out here duking it up with the top 3, not including the new phase roster, because that's not official yet. But I'm crazy. That's fine. I think that's pretty much it. We talked about this phase game winning 12-2 over Complexity before. That was really tough, but phase are damn near a God Squad coming out. In case you guys don't remember, I'll quickly flash that up on the screen. Falcon and Renegade sniped down with Sparty. This is a God Squad. Watch out for them. We talked about them in my last video, so I'm not going to sit here too much. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and allowing me to do all the love and support that we've gotten on these videos. Have been absolutely insane. It's 10:38 p.m. Eastern right now at night, so I'm probably not going to release this video this late. I'll wait to release it tomorrow afternoon after my stream, and then we'll record another video probably that day and release it on the night afterwards. So we'll do back-to-back days with videos. Again, thank you guys so much for the love and support that the channel's been showing. It's been really appreciated by me, and I'll never take it for granted. I really do love and appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much. And yeah, like I said, every morning, twitch.tv/YNOT_B_casting. Be there every single morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. And we usually run for 4 to 6 hours every day, play ranked with viewers, talk about all the stuff we're talking about now. We just do it live. We just chilling. We just a bunch of Halo fans that love talking Halo. Make sure you drop the subscribe button here to YouTube. It helps out. Notifications turned on. You want to know when the content's getting better. I'm getting better at this. And it was already good to begin with. You're going to want to know when it's coming out. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.